So hopefully mic issues are resolved. I tried to do some quick stuff there on the map intro. If not, we'll worry about it afterwards. We didn't quite get the time to adjust this. They just kind of hopped right into the game. That's fine though. Welcome back to the broadcast, everybody. This is game number 2 in this best of 3, Bales versus Violet, and of course this is for the IEM America qualifiers for Shenzhen. I'm Rifkin, joined tonight by Namshar, and spotted here in the bottom left corner of the map, it is Lord Byron. Oh my god, that decal portrait, what? Oh my god. Looks like an evil mad scientist. It is! The blue Protoss Bales.
And in the top right, we've got our red Zerg player, going for the 9 pool. It is Violet. Oh.
On Frost? I don't know, what do you make of this?
Well, yeah, I'm not too sure, like, I mean, especially with these positions, like, I'm sure Violet was hoping for, either this, Bales to be out either in the southeast or in the northwest. I can't even think right now. With the diagonal spawns, it's going to be a longer travel distance. So, yeah, I'm not sure. And Bale's going for the gateway first. I mean, this should be really good for Bales. I mean, Violet was obviously hoping for a Nexus first. The map being Frost, it's a pretty common build. But I mean, even with Nexus first into Gateway, I haven't, played this myself versus Protoss really, many times at all. So I'm not sure if even versus Nexus first into Gateway, if it would actually do enough to get ahead. But now he's gonna be up against the Gateway into Gas, so this is like really unfortunate for Violet, and I'm not sure why he's taking such a risk. I mean, I guess he's up a game, so he can kind of afford to, but I mean, this shouldn't really work out.
After this game, you absolutely need to check something I just retweeted on Twitter. Shout out to Mr. X Tackle. He bought a Base Trade TV shirt a little while ago, and he took a picture wearing it. I kind of wish he didn't at the same time, though.
What? Alright.
Alright, well, coming across the map with these legs, the thing that's going to be nice is he can outrun the Zealot. The Mothership Core, it's going to be a little bit late. I mean, Violet's got the potential to do some damage here. The problem is I really don't think this is game-ending damage, and I think he knows it too. That's why we got the hatchery coming down and the drones behind it. So we'll see what the damage can be done. It's going to be limited for sure, but we'll see just how limited it is.
Yeah, I mean, if Violet can actually get ahead from this, I'd be very surprised. It comes down to Bales not messing up here. He's going to need a Mothership Core as soon as he can. I mean, there it is. Celotas gets surrounded, so that's nice for Violet.
Ooh,
but
first blood.
Still, Violet's only on 11 drones, man. Like, I don't know.
Mothership Core's on the way, but that Zealot going down was really painful to deal with.
Yeah.
He's got to kill a lot of workers to even this up. A lot. The Mothership Core coming out too. This puts a very scary clock on Violet's future.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to be able to do anything more. He has no gas on the way. He just took a gas and then cancelled it. Looks like he made his open a little bit too late. Yeah. But, I mean, this is looking very, fantastic for Bales. He's going to have a really big lead here.
Okay, so he draws the Mothership Core out of the main. This will buy him a little more time, but this also gave time for the Zealot to get made. So, I mean, right now he's hunting for that probe. He wants to make sure the natural base doesn't go up. Oh man, it's so fast. Slips through the Zerglings.
Oh, he gets away. That's annoying. Oh, nice there.
Almost gets a Zealot for his troubles. This is not working out too great here for Violet. Now, the thing that's really nice is being up 1-0 in a best of 3. You can afford to do risky things like this. This is something that had Bales played sloppy, could have ended his life, and Violet could have walked away with a quick win, but Bales actually played this pretty nicely, losing 2 Zealots, doesn't lose too many probes for this, chases off the links. His natural base is coming down. He's in no real danger right now.
Yeah, I mean, Bales dealt with it well, but I mean, in all as well, Violet was of course hoping for that Nexus first, didn't quite get it, so a little bit unfortunate, but Violet's gonna try and recover. I mean, I've seen Zergs recover from situations like this, if they're confident in, their skills, being the better macro player. There's always potential to get back into the game, and Violet now on 2 bases, he's joining up hard, trying to get back into it, and he's playing gasless, which I like, because if you're playing gasless, I mean, it's a little bit risky, because if your opponent goes for some big aggression, not having speed, you're a lot more vulnerable to, like, gateway attacks, but if Bales does go just for the normal macro game that we saw in last game, then, going gasless for Violet's going to be able to get a 3rd base nice and quick, and he's going to be able to drone up really hard for now to try and catch up, so I like that decision.
Yeah. Shout out to Naomi, by the way, who just subbed while this is going on. Sorry, we couldn't talk about it. We get the Lings getting into that base, but thank you very much for that sub. Bales at home, though, as you pointed out, like, he's good, he's safe. His Stargate's coming up as well. This is one of the rare situations where I think an Oracle would actually be a great idea. Not because of the fact that the Queens are going to defend against it or this or that, but this is a situation where getting 7 drones... Okay, he's going to go for Phoenix. Getting 7 drones would actually be better than not. A lot of the times you see the Oracle get made, guys, it dives in, it gets about 6 kills and has to get out of there, doesn't do much more else. For Violet, who started off on the lower worker count, had he lost 7 drones right now, this would have evened up the worker count, it would have really stinted that third growth, and put a big sort of punch in his economy.
Yeah, I agree here. An Oracle would definitely be nice to, you know, try and maintain your lead in a good way. And I mean, what's good for him now though is that Violet is, I guess he saw the gateways. Let me see. Yeah, he saw the gateways in production, so he's afraid of gateway aggression. But we see no probe on the map, and Bales is just gonna take his additional gases and, you know, go into the macro game. But Violet doesn't know this because he did go for that gasless opener, as I talked about before. You're a lot more in the blind, not having that speed. So Violet made like 16 blind circlings way before his speed is finished. So just to make sure he doesn't die to Zealous right now, and he's gonna move across the map now with it. That's a little bit risky though. Imagine if there were like Zealots morphing in on the third now, he wouldn't know about it.
The thing that's nice about having the Lings out on the map though is, you know, the Phoenixes, they could waste energy trying to pick them up. It means the drones don't die. Opens up the potential for counterattacks had the third baseman down. Yeah, for sure. You know, he's gonna pose a bit of a threat with that. But he does pull back now, realizing that, you know, there could be Zealots warping in right now, so he's gonna check for those pylons, but there's nothing to be found. So, you know, unnecessary investment for Violet, but it was still the right decision considering he had, you know, he was lacking information whether there was gonna be aggression. So he's just playing it safe. That's cool. Bales though, just going for that Robo and the Robo Bay, just like in last game, and that third base as well. Oh, picks up a drone. He's actually gonna lose the Phoenix. That's gonna sting because, of course, you're trying to go for that 5 count.
Yeah, that's not a Phoenix you want to lose ever, because, you know, that gas is so precious to you, because you're delaying your Robotech, your Robobay tech, and you want to have those Phoenix alive to kind of prevent, you know, a Muta switch from happening, and yeah, wastes a pickup there as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, really glad he didn't continue with that. 4 queens beats out 3 Phoenixes every single time. I'll get a drone killer too, I guess. Small consolation, but the Warp Prism is what I find a little bit curious, a little bit cute. I'm really curious to see how he's going to use this, because he hasn't really invested in anything cheap like a Dark Templar Shrine, or not cheap, I'm going to say cheesy. Well, I guess it's cheap if it wins, but he doesn't have a lot of gateway production down. I don't know what he plans to do with this, other than potentially use it as a pylon, I guess?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess it allows you to get into the main of the Zerg as well, but I actually, personally, really like it. Unfortunately for him, it's Violet gonna spot this. Let me check his vision. I don't think he looked at his Zerging, so maybe he didn't even realize that he did see that, but, you know, I like it because Violet in last game, he didn't make any roaches earlier. I guess he made like 10, but he didn't go aggressive with the roaches, so Bales doesn't really need the Immortal, so you can just go straight to Colossi, so I kind of like getting the Warp Prism instead.
Right, but don't forget, those roaches came to be paired with the Hydralisk. He didn't make them first and then the Hydras. They were meant to be like the HP pool addition, I guess. Without Hydras, it's even less likely we'll see roaches now, but as I say that, never mind, I forgot the weapon upgrades for the mobile attacks. The ranged weapons are on the way here. Ooh, gonna lose one of his Phoenix. Doesn't need to if he controls it. There we go, gets on back. Just use to save the Queen for now. Ooh, still almost loses the Phoenix, so that Queen got pissed.
Yeah, indeed. Doesn't lose any Queen, so that's nice for Violet. He's getting that 4th base now. 6 gases mining, and he's getting the Spire, whilst also getting the ranged upgrade. So is he gonna do the same thing again, where he just makes like 12 Corruptors, and then kind of like takes it from there? I'm not sure he has like a clean game plan here, but I think he's just gonna try and win the air battle and then take it from there.
Well, Violet's gonna get annoyingly supply blocked here. It's gonna suck a little bit for him.
Well, so that stings. Another Queen. Oh, nice pickup there. The Queen was going in for the Transfuse, and he picked it up right before it was in range, so messes that up though. Another pickup. Like,
that was awkward. I think, did he grab that and it died like because the projectile was midair? That's what it looked like.
Yeah, that's
awkward is what it was. But you know, the thing about the 4th base being down, can't Graviton beam up a hatchery. Although I still stand by the fact that I think a group of Phoenixes should be able to pool the energy together and lift up bigger units if you got more of them. Like, seriously, why can 5 Phoenix not lift up an Ultralisk? I'm just saying. By our powers combined!
Would be a nightmare if they did. Imagine just seeing like 40 Phoenix lift up every Ultra. Oh, no.
Well,
disastrous.
We actually have a pretty scary push coming here out of Bales. Violet might not be prepared to deal with this right away. The roaches are on the way. The corruptors, they're on the way, but what does he have to deal with other than a couple of queens and a few lings? I mean, this is the most militia army I've ever seen out of a Zerg player.
Yeah.
Oh, but he actually chases it back. Nice recall.
Yeah, that was I still kind of like the recall because otherwise he was risking losing the mothership core to the corruptors, and then you know Bales never knows. Like there wasn't a lot on the ground for Violet, but Bales didn't know how much there was on the ground. So if he risks losing the mothership core to the corruptors and the Colossi and the Void Ray, that might as well have been game over if he loses his army there. So I like the decision to just play it safe, seeing those corruptors.
Do you remember the original Phoenix ability?
No.
Okay, so they didn't.
What?
Like I'm talking like old school like beta StarCraft, not even HOTS.
Okay, I wasn't playing then.
Okay, well instead of Graviton Beam, they had an ability that would like overcharge, and they basically shoot out like 1,000,000 attacks in 1 second, but then they couldn't attack again for like another 20 seconds or something, like while it was on cooldown.
Whoa.
I kind of wish that had gone live. The Graviton Beam effect is cool, and I like what it does, but I've still got memories of the day where you would just see like 90 lasers coming out of one Phoenix.
Well, I don't personally as a circuit player, I don't like the sound of 1,000,000,000 laser beams. I kind of get enough of that every day. But
nice night with the corruptors. He gets one of them. War Person was trying to do some harass behind this, but there's a lot of spore cores down into participation of the Phoenix, so finding it a little bit difficult to get on top of these drones, to get on top of the Warpins, hiding up there. But whoa, 17 Mutalisk Namshar.
Yeah, that's where the money went for Violet, and as you said before, Violet never made any really noticeable amount of ground armies. So he made those corruptors, and then he kind of took it from there, and then he was like, yeah, I can pull this off. I'm just gonna make a ton of Mutas.
He has no idea this is coming. He's still blinking. He's going for Blink Stalkers. He's going for Colossus. I mean, Guardian Shield will help a little bit, I guess, but I kind of feel like he's about to get swamped pretty hardcore here.
Yeah, and he lost a couple more Phoenix. He's gonna lose another Phoenix. These Phoenix are gonna be so precious. Ideally he was gonna be on like 5 Phoenix now, but he doesn't have them, and those Mutas going in now.
If you have 5 Phoenix going into 17 Mutas, you're actually not in a bad spot. But look at this. Violet's going completely around the army. Corruptor's coming in from the left side. We got Mutalisk heading in from the right side. There's 2 cannons to defend Namshar. This is not looking good. Bales may be forced to go for a base race in this scenario, and I don't know that he can win that trade. In fact, he's gonna go for it, but at what cost? He loses everything at home if he does this.
At what cost indeed? Well, I mean, at least Violet doesn't have like a commanding ground force. I mean, he's maxed out, so his army's looking fantastic, and he's pulling his drones from his bases. So yeah, Violet's looking pretty good here. He's got a pretty solid army, but he needs to break this natural fails, definitely. He does pull the Mutas, I like that, before the cannons finish. So he's gonna be able to trade a lot better than he would have otherwise. Yeah, I'm not sure Bale's army is strong enough to win this base trade, because he's gonna need to like split up his army to actually win a base trade, since Violet's putting all his drones.
Okay, actually, this is base up here in the top left does get scouted, so Bales knows everywhere he needs to go. He's actually, I like this here, bottom right. He's good to go. Vile's got so many drones left alive. He can mine off of this. The Corruptors will kill the Colossus. The Stalkers will never want to engage the Mutalisks. He can bleed them out one at a time, pick off a Stalker, disengage, and continue that sort of path. I think for Bales, this is it. I mean, it might be like another 10 minutes before the game's over, guys, but his race, he's going to lose the race. That's for sure.
Yeah.
In fact, oh no. What probes does he have left? He's got 2. They're both in the main and the natural, hiding. Oh god.
Well, the one in the natural has to get away now. I mean, there's Lings coming in.
Lings.
Yeah, wouldn't even be able to, even if he tried, so... I mean, that's really bad. I mean, even if he did have a probe on the map, though, like, the only way to win a base trade is to split up your army, have one, part of your army defend the pylon, and the other, attack, but he doesn't even have the army to do that.
No, sure, what you do is you lift up your buildings and bring them with the army. But okay, drones getting in on the action, because what are they really doing right now other than wasting time? Bale's forced to come home. This is going to be a big deal, guys. If Bales can kill the army here, this is a big if. If he can kill the army, he'll actually... I don't even know if he'll win the game, but if you're left with a big enough army that can go back across the map. He's got a lot of Stalkers still here doing absolutely nothing. He did not bring the full force of his army here, but he annihilates the ground forces. And now it's just primarily the Mutalisks, which are a bit of a problem. Oh, this poor Mothership Core. Not a chance.
Violet's just going for it.
Maybe if all the Stalkers were at home, this would look different, but there's no Blink Micro going on. Bale's getting killed. GG is called. Ladies and gentlemen, Violet will take a 2-0 over Bales and advance to the semifinals.